Hi, friends. Welcome to season 2, episode 3 of Dysfunction Exposed. I'm Emma J, and today we're talking about abandonment. Yay, abandonment! Love that for us. This episode does need a trigger warning because yeah, yeah. We you already know. You already know. It's like that. So I ended last week's episode by talking about the fact that my dad had decided that his kids weren't enough. They just weren't enough. At the end of his life, he went, nah, don't want to be here. And I still, to this day, cannot comprehend that. Because what the fuck? Like, have you ever heard of a parent getting cancer and then just being like, yo, fuck the kids? That's essentially what happened. But it wasn't even like it was fuck the kids, plural. It was fuck that kid. That one singular kid being me. Because my brother had already gone to uni at this point. He was already out of the way. He was already living independently, and he wanted to get out that door as quickly as he could. And I don't blame him, because if he witnessed anything that I witnessed from both parties, then he just went, yeah, I'm not fucking dealing with this. And that was the case forever. And I don't blame him for that at all. He did essentially what I couldn't, and it was very courageous of him. But anyway, I digress. He'd moved on. So, where was I? Oh yeah, my brother's gone away, and my dad is fucking off. And my mum's not there. So, how did this train get a rolling? So it started with my dad and his girlfriend. They started going on holidays, and they'd book a week or two. They'd go in and out, try and find a nice property. And I think within about 2 months, they'd made some friends in the bars, as they do. And they'd found someone who'd got a property they could rent. So that was it. That was it secured. The bag was secured in Cyprus. And it was cheap enough that he could afford to split it. So he could afford to pay the bills in Cyprus, but he could also afford to keep me alive back in the home. Because as young as I was, he just kept everything flowing. It was, right, well, shop's there. Like, there's cash. I've made sure there's enough lecky there. Like, everything's going to be working normally. I don't have to think about any of that. So when he was away, bless me, my days, my allergies are such an issue nowadays. I really need to find some better antihistamines. Anywho. So, yeah, he would deal with all the adult things, and I was just left to kind of feed myself, take myself to school, do whatever I was doing. And it worked. It worked for him, and I don't know how the fuck we got away with this. Like, did anyone actually know? Did anyone really know? They must have known. They must have known. And no one thought anything of it. And that's crazy. That is absolutely batshit. You just left a 14-year-old to fend for themselves. Because he had to. And as I got older, I asked him, one day, why the fuck did you do that to me? And his response was, well, I had to look after myself from a very young age. If I was going to die, you'd have to learn quickly anyway. Okay. That still doesn't really help me comprehend why you did that, because it was a harsh fucking blow. Not gonna lie, it was a fucking harsh blow, and it was a tough time. Because when I did eventually go out to Cyprus, when they'd put this deposit down on this place, it wasn't as if it was the fucking lap of luxury. Like, it was a 2 up, 2 down on an estate behind a KFC. This isn't what I thought was going to be the end of days for my father. But that's what he chose. Cool. And again, I still don't know why you did that to me. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand why it was I had to do it, therefore that's the only option for you to have to do it. That just shows me a human who has never taken a dive into the depths of their own soul. Because if you did, you would want to try and change that outcome. Luckily, like I say, he exceeded his cancer diagnosis by 20 years. And it's a long fucked up journey, and there'll be lots of talk about this as we go through right now till the end of the podcast. Because it affected me in so many different ways. But I could never get over the fact that he dumped me. He dumped his own kid, essentially. And that is fucking brutal. And it was just a hard life lesson you had to go through. I had to make sure you were independent and you could look after yourself. But if you had to do that, why didn't you witness it? Because you would have had no proof that I could actually take care of myself. And did I really take care of myself? I don't know. Did I? Or was it just him manipulating the situation and knowing I'd flow through it? I don't know. I'll never be able to answer that. So now, Dad and his missus swanned off in and out of Cyprus all the time. Mummy dearest was nowhere to be found. Brothers nowhere to be found. Sisters nowhere to be found. But then, to add another blow on top of, my dad's gonna fucking die. Even though my mum wasn't in the picture and she lived round the corner from the high school I was in, my sister was a few years older, remember? So at this point, she was ready to come out of college. Oh, sorry, this must be about a year later, about 15. She had about 3 years on me. So she was just coming out of college. And at that time, while all this was still going on in my life, my mum then decided to go and treat my sister to a fucking gap year where they travel round the world together. Okay. So we definitely understand who got the better end of the bargain here, don't we, everybody? Because it wasn't fucking me. It definitely wasn't me. And I still look at this situation and I'm like, could you fucking make it up? This sounds like it could be a storyline for a fucking Harry Potter series, but with a girl in poverty. Like, you couldn't make it up. It's so elaborate. But it happened to me. And yeah, she also asked me if I'd mind her dog for the year. Well, that was nice. Give me a bit of company while you fucking swan off round the world with my sister. And I don't get any of these experiences, and my dad's dying and you've just fucked off on a Swanee and it's just great for everyone else. And I'm still here having to deal with all the backlash. How is a kid supposed to deal with that? I'd really love to get your insight on how anyone should deal with that when they've got zero support. To tell you the truth, it was near on fucking impossible. And it sent me into a spiral that was so fucking dark. My first suicide attempt was around 15 years old. And that is the reason why. Well, what's the fucking point in me being here? No one cares about me. No one wanted to be here. Like, no one actively chose me. Hi, the daughter, still here. My dad decided he was going to die. Oh, and get this. Whilst all this was happening with my dad, he never, to this day, has made a will. He has never, ever made me, what's it called? Like his guardian, should things go wrong. Like that, he never put any, there was never any foresight into this. He didn't think to protect me at all. He took his shit, he fucked off and thought, I'm going to go and drink out the rest of my days in the sun. That's where I want to be. My mum decided my sister needed a fucking treat because she'd just got through college and got straight A's, high academia. She got straight A's and was going off to university to do all this amazing stuff. Of course she deserves it. So off they go. Off everyone goes. And I'm just a little girl. A fat little girl. Like, no one wants me. No one fucking wants me. And the sadness and the constant doubt within myself, like, why is it me? I've never done anything wrong to these people. I just try to love these people and it seems like they don't love me enough. And how do you not know love from your family? Because that one's a bit backwards, isn't it? But some of us have to experience that. It's not plain sailing. Unfortunately, my parents were selfish as fuck. That's just the card I was dealt with. And it doesn't mean that I have to follow suit. No fucking thank you. I'll take those experiences and turn them into absolute fucking gold. And I'll tell the world how shitty it was to have to go through it if that means someone else opens their eyes to abuse they're actually in different situations. And if that means that they can come out of that with a bit more knowledge and a bit more strength and a bit more comfort, I'll tell it. Because I've got no shame about it anymore. I used to feel so much shame that no one loved me. And it was never about me. Like I said, I fucking grew into a 10/10 human. And that's all on me. And we'll get deeper into this story. Because it doesn't fucking end there, does it? So yeah, that has been episode 3 of Dysfunction Exposed. Season 3. Ooh. I had to really think about that then. Bit of a brain fart. I hope you have an amazing week. I'll send you lots of love and positive juju. Look after yourself, and I'll see you next Sunday.